Hi, it is me, and today is January 29th, 2014. And I'm just making a lot of videos lately, apparently, because my transition-y things are um, words. I'm working on them. So I was originally going to come out tomorrow. I wrote this big, fancy, long letter, and it took me forever. It's really deep, and I've had a bunch of people pre-read it, and they really like it, but I'm still really fucking nervous. So I was gonna do it tomorrow, but I changed my plans because the GSA counselor at my school, she's my anatomy teacher, and I had her freshman year as well, and I really like her, and she's a lesbian, she's married and stuff, and that's really cool. And I want her to read it, and I have science club with her tomorrow. I love science club, and so because I want to talk to her about the whole public transition thing too. Because I'm figuring maybe, I don't know if this has happened at my school before, because I want to know how it's going to work, like, what if the school is going to have a panic attack, or if they're just going to be like, okay, you're a boy now, and I want them to work on my name, like, like, when I tell them my name is not on the sheet, and they'll be okay with that, but I don't want them to accidentally, like, read my name out loud. Like, today in yoga, our yoga teacher was absent today. Thank God we did nothing. We just laid on our lap. But anyways, she wasn't there, so it's my favorite substitute, one of them. He calls names by initials. So my birth initials are EL, and he's a coach. He coaches one of the sports teams. God, if I know, I mean, I don't deal with sports. So he only calls the initials of the kids who don't know. So I was like one of 10. And he calls EL, and I was like, that's me. And he goes, thank you, Emily. And like, what the heck? He didn't say anybody's name but mine. Like, obviously everyone knows that's my name. Like, this is how I grew up. I've grown up with these people since I was 5 years old. But I hate it. I was going to say I don't like it, but I hate it. I really hate it. Why am I ranting about this? Oh, right, because my school transition. So I don't want to transition like mid-year. I don't want to just screw everyone up because I'm going to be in the middle of classes and all that stuff. The teachers that have had me for a while. So I want to start off senior year as male. So I want to talk to her about how that's going to work and what I would like to happen. Because I would really just like, I don't even know. Because I'm going to have to take a senior year gym class. So I would honestly prefer it not to be like in the male locker room. I prefer to have like the nurse's bathroom because this is NM. I don't know if people are gonna be nice to me or if I'll get like ridiculed because everyone already knows I have a vagina. Like, there's no passing when you grew up with these guys. I grew up with them. When I go to college, it'll be different. Like, people aren't just gonna know right off the bat that I was born female, and people are going to associate me with the gender that I identify as because that's how it works. Someone tells you they're a girl, they're a girl. Someone tells you they're a boy, they're a boy. That's how it works. But not when you've grown up with them from a really, really young age, you know. So I'm hoping I'll have private time with her, and that'll go well. So that's why I moved it. So I don't really have a date right now. You know what? Let's set one right now. So today is tomorrow is supposed to be Thursday the 30th. Thursday the 30th. Damn. I wanted to come out in January. So that's going to leave us at February. My calendar isn't flipped to February. So what's next Thursday? The 6th. February 6th. It's February 6th, 2014. That sounds okay. Alright. That's the current target date. So the plan is I'm going to leave the letter on my mom's work stuff. I hate to do that to her because she's going to like go to work and I don't know if she'll be okay after reading that kind of boom information. So I'm going to leave the letter there. And I have, I printed like the 75-page packet from PFLAG on transgender people. Ariel texted me. I have to read it. I'll read it to you. Says AJ question mark? I should have told her I was making a video before I did it. Now I'm lost. It's okay, I like making these videos on my own channel because no one's going to watch them. And that makes me happy because I don't feel bad when I screw up. Okay, so the 6th. Oh yeah, And I printed the 70-page packet, and I printed all like the transgender terms, and I printed a giant list of their gender therapists in the area. It's fantastic. I put a lot of work in this. I put them in another a thing like this. It's not that one, but that one's there. And so I'm gonna have her open. I don't know how to have her open that one after, because the first one is just a normal envelope and says mommy, and the second envelope is a giant envelope like that. So maybe I should write on the giant envelope, open after a small one, or is that like suspicious? I don't know. That's like the only flaw in my plan right now. I don't know. I haven't had any negative feedback on my letter that I wrote yet, but maybe when my science teacher reads it, she'll have negative feedback, and that I'm kind of worried about that, because like she would know how to deal with this stuff, I would think. I don't know. Not many people have experience with trans. Like, she definitely knows a lot about the gay community, but I don't know if what she knows about trans people. I don't know if she gets it, because a lot of gay people don't even know that trans is a thing, which kind of hurts me. A lot of things hurt me. We just need to educate the world on trans, because you know what I want to be educated on? Like, asexual people. Like, I don't get it at all. Like, I sort of get it, because Ariel has some friends that identify like that, but so I have basic information, but it's just not something I know about. It's not something people are taught about. I don't know how my life would have been if I didn't have the internet. Like, I lived my life not knowing that this was a label I was allowed to have. Not knowing that you could be this kind of person. So I adapted gay because that is what I knew. That is what I knew was out there. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what else I have to say. Maybe I'll just update you on my life. My classes are better. I've adjusted. I'm going to go backwards. So the last class of my day is yoga. And yoga is alright. I have my friend Paige and my friend Meredith. And this girl Jess I talk to sometimes. Yeah, and today we slept because she was absent. It was so good. They put on a video and you're supposed to like do the poses along with it, but no one did. So that was a good time. I actually thought I'd hate yoga. It's really triggering for me. Like, I'm not okay. I don't like my body at all. And I don't like it when I can feel it. And it's really ironic because the class is called Yoga, the Mind and Body Connection. And that's just so ironic because dysphoria is like my middle name. Like, my mind and my body don't go together. And before that, I have anatomy. I love anatomy because it's with that teacher I really like. And my friend Christina, who's adorable. We've talked about her. But it's hard. It's really hard. And there's this kid, Brian, and he calls me AJ because that's the name on my backpack. Like, it's written all over my backpack. Ariel made me that backpack. And so he calls me that, and it's really nice. And he's really strange looking, but I like that kid. And today we made people out of vegetables so we can get used to dissecting without being creeped out. And that was fun. And we drew them, and we took pictures, and yes. And before that, I had history. In history, I usually really hate history. But today it wasn't that bad. I was in a group with my bestest buddy, Felicia, and this girl, Liana, who I hang out with a lot more than I really realize, I think. And the special kid, his name is Andrew. He corrects every spelling error you ever make. But the lady that follows him around because he's not entirely right, she's nice. I like her a lot, too. So I had an okay day. Okay, and then French. French is my first period. French is my favorite. My teacher, I love him. We were talking about, I don't know how we talked about this, but we were talking about how many times I'd failed my driving exam, which is 3, in case you're wondering. And he's like, you literally need to go somewhere else. I will take you. He offered to take me for my driver's license test. Like, how adorable is that? I love that guy. I think I'm going to ask him to write my college recommendation. I know a lot of people have already asked him, so his list might already be full, but I would really love to have one from him. And if not, I'll ask my science teacher, but that would be, like, phenomenal. Have him write me one. I would love that. Okay, anyways, and we watched, we watch this thing, it comes with our French book, and it's like, it's not a sitcom, but, like, more Grey's Anatomy is. You know what I mean? It's not funny. The word's not coming to me, and this is already a super long video, so I'm not gonna bother. But we watched that, and it's with this girl named Orly and Julian, and Julian is basically like a player, and he's like dating all the girls, and it's so funny. And they made it when they didn't mean it to be funny, but it's hilarious. And we have to like figure out what they're saying. And I mean, I'm not naturally good at French, but like it's cool. Sometimes I'll lean over to Felicia and be like, "What's going on?" It's really great. And I brought iced tea to school today. I never bring a beverage to school because usually it's a hassle. But I did that. I made it's not like the crappy iced tea. Like I actually like boiled it and put it in the fridge. It's really good. This is a 10-minute video. I can't wait to watch these when I'm super like old and testosterone-y. It's gonna be fantastic. Oh, and my manly bleeding ended, which is fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. And give me a few minutes to and. Oh, guess what else happened in my life? Ariel and I agreed on going to the same college, which, I don't know, that feels like really fantastic for me. Because originally we had been like, oh, it's okay if we're a few hours apart, but I mean, I really didn't want that. I don't think she really wanted that either. We just had settled on that, but I don't think that can happen for us. I think the distance is a bad thing for us. It's not bad. Like, we can handle it, but it's horrible, you know? Like, I love this girl. I want to be with her all the time. And, like, if we were too far apart, we would essentially be apart. Like, we wouldn't be what we are now. So that was a big, gigantic milestone in my life for you. Yeah, college is getting really close. So that's why this whole coming out thing needs to happen. Oh, I had advisory today, too, which is this thing we do once a month at school. And I say and a lot. I apologize for that. There are 15 kids about that are all the same age as you because it's grouped by age. So, like, everybody in my group was born in October of 1996. And we talk about an important life issue or, like, an issue for a teenager in high school. And this week's topic was goal setting. And so I was like, oh, goal setting is going to be horrible. But, like, we got to write them down and fold them up, put them in a bag, and see what they are. They were personal, short-term, personal, long-term, academic short-term, and academic long-term. And my personal short-term was coming out, so that means I have to have it done by June, which I'm hoping it'll be done in, like, next week. So if I could accomplish that goal, it would make me so happy, because accomplishing that goal is what's going to do that for me. It's weird, like, the closer I get, like, to the date, like, the more okay I feel. You know what I mean? You know, like, I don't know if you know this, but, like, you know when you have, like, a suicide date set? And, like, the closer that day gets, like, the more happy and free going you get. Like, that's a sign of people that are suicidal, if you don't know that. Like, they become more joy-filled and less anxiety the closer they get to the date they have planned. And, I mean, I've been there, so it feels like that. That's what it feels like. Like, it feels that good. It's kind of like the death I've always wanted, you know? Like, killing off one person and getting to be the boy I've always wanted to be. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense or if that's a good way to say things, but that's what it feels like to me. So I'm really excited. I'm nervous. I've never been more nervous, and maybe I have been more nervous. You know, I was really, really nervous before prom. Like, I can't tell you how much I felt like that, but I'm sure the day of, I will be a wreck. I'll be an absolute wreck. I'll be a wreck for a few days after, too, but it's really exciting. I'm pretty excited. Ariel texts me again. I'm going to read it to you, and then we'll go. Sweetie? Question mark? Okay. So there's a 14 minutes of your life wasted. Goodbye now.